Hi, everyone. Tanya Hertz here. We are going to talk about branding. So let's go ahead and pull up our slides for branding. This is for entrepreneurs, and we're going to concentrate as an example on the food service industry in our branding samples. So what do we mean when we mean branding? Branding is the process of creating a strong, positive perception of your company, its products, its services, its customers, wants and needs being fulfilled, sharing that through a logo, through a slogan, through designs, through your mission statement, your value statement, your theme, your colors, all of your marketing communications having these commonalities that help your company to stand out in customers' minds as you. It helps them to build a connection with you, and it helps you to build a loyal, devoted, strong customer base. In order for branding to work, it needs to be consistent, it needs to be regular. And when you're making decisions about your marketing, branding and marketing go hand in hand, and you are essentially creating the story of your company through your messages, through your branding. So to define your company's identity, you need to know what you want your company to represent and what you want its purpose to be. And that's where you start. Then you envision what you want your company to be, and then you can start actually planning to make that happen. With your company's identity in mind, you can plan marketing strategies for your business, for your products, for your services, for your identity. So honing in on your audience is obviously important when you're cultivating your brand. If you have not yet watched the slide on market segmentation and defining your target market, you can do so now. You want to have several target market audiences. You start with one, your initial beachhead target market, and then you defined other likely market segments. And when you're creating a branding campaign, make sure that you're creating that campaign based on the demographics, the geographics, the psychographics, the behavior of your target market. So each campaign, each marketing effort is tied to a particular target market audience. And this is going to change the way that you sell your company, the way that you communicate, because we do not talk to the same market segments the same way, because they don't listen the same way. They want to hear things differently. You have an older, mostly male target market in on one customer persona, and another is your young target market of people who or maybe live by the stadium or whatever it is. You have to have a clear understanding of who they are, and you design your marketing campaign specifically for them. That's why everyone has different marketing strategies and different marketing campaigns. But as an entrepreneur, you can build a really successful marketing strategy for very low money by knowing who your target market is, and communicating with them regularly in such a way that that keeps your company in their minds. And I don't know if I've said this to all of you before, but I want to say one little thing that I may not have mentioned before, and that is, underneath all of this, all of the branding, the marketing, everything that we do, there needs to be something real. You need to be selling something that's real and good. And if you're not, I don't care how much money you throw at the problem, how much branding you do, how much time you spend. If it's not there, if there's nothing real underneath it, people will find out eventually, and they will leave you. So all of this is to say, create something real and good and fair, and then market yourself and brand your company in such a way that's going to make sure that everybody knows it. Okay, so structuring your company, you should structure your company in accordance with your brand and your idea, and make sure that you're able to make good on the promises that you make to your customers, or eventually they will leave you. So there's an example I give here. A bank says that they provide quality customer service 24 hours a day. So you actually have to do that. If you're saying that in your branding, you have to uphold your claim. You have to have well-trained customers, service representatives. You have to be open 24 hours a day. You have to make sure that they're there ready to do what you say you're going to do. All of this, everything that we're teaching you in these marketing lectures and classes is to make your business successful, is to capture as much of the market share as possible. But you're the one who has to make sure that what you're actually giving them is what they want. It's something real and good. Okay. So branding is important because it establishes your company within an industry, and every industry is going to have competition unless it's a monopoly like Google. But even then, there's always going to be competition or threat of new competition. And so you have to set yourself apart from the competitors. People can vote on whether or not they like what you're selling by giving you money. And so you a good job by making what you say you're going to make, providing how you're going to provide, and keeping your customers in mind. If you're opening a food service business, make quality food. Make sure that your customer service representatives are or wait staff or sellers are well trained and are good to your customers. To do that, you need to treat your employees well. You need to treat your customers well. You need to have you need to be an ethical business owner if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur and make it. And if you have that, I can help, or you can do certain things that can increase your awareness and capture that market and let them know that what you're doing is worth them spending their money on. So it's important that you have a logo. Remember before I said progress is the enemy of perfection. This is true even in your logo design and creation, but so you have to have a logo, you have to have something. And so I have included instructions on how to create a logo or tools that you can use. You can use Canva. The logos up here on the top are just ones that we created. I actually made this in an afternoon for a Get Cooking grant program that we were doing. The other one over here made with my little brother, Tino, for the Rec Innovation Lab at Miramar College. You don't have to be super skilled at design to make a good logo, but you should follow some simple guidelines, because this is the quick little image that goes on everything that shows people that what they're seeing has to do with your company. And so you want to choose color, shape, images that are visually appealing, that are not too busy, not too dark, not too cluttered or crowded. And you want to have different images that represent the same thing. There's thumbnail images. If you see, like for the Rec Innovation Lab, we have a simple one that just has the REC, and an even more simple one with just the idea balloon, the light bulb balloon. Depending on what type of marketing materials you're creating. And you can use tools like Canva is a great tool because it has enough templates that are easy to use and create and for free that you can get something going. If you are part of a program like the Rec Innovation Lab, we have part of the things that we give to the students is we help them with their logos. And if you follow the link down here at the bottom, it will actually take you to the logo request for the students, and it can help you with choosing the type of logo, the color, what the different colors represent, the images, and so on. So you can choose different kinds of logos. You can do like the company name with font, and that's your logo. We call those letter marks or pictorial marks, word marks, where you're combining the word with a pattern, and it essentially becomes your logo. Google, for example, is a good example of a word mark logo. A pictorial mark logo would be like Apple. It's a picture, and you see that picture and you know the company. You can also have emblem logos, combination logos, mascot logos with the Colonel's spicy I don't know, a secret recipe, something like this, right? They can be abstract marks. It can be a letter mark, which is very similar to a name or a word mark. Like NASA. It's most important that you have a consistent logo, consistent color, consistent theme, and then it can change over the years. You look at Coca-Cola, how many different versions of that logo have been for the hundreds of years that Coca-Cola has been in business, and so it doesn't have to be frozen in time. However, you do want consistency. Remember how long it takes people to get to know you. You want to make sure that they see the same thing over and over and over again. Your logo is a good way for you to share with others on your social media marketing channels that's your company, on all of your advertising, and you can do this for very inexpensive, very cheap. You can see, like, here are some of the partner logos for the Rec Innovation Lab at Miramar. And a lot of them are word marks, letter marks, logo, or pictorial or abstract logos. And you can see how it can be many, many different things. And all of these work in different ways. One thing that you'll notice about the logos is that the simplicity is the key, and that's true in all of your design. Just like in writing, the more you can take out, typically the better the writing. The more in an image that you can take out, the more elements that you can get rid of, the simpler you can make it, the better. All right. So a slogan is very similar to your one-line elevator pitch, but it's different. It's different. So a slogan is more of a marketing tool than an elevator pitch. So a slogan, it's a message that shows your company's values. It should connect with your customers emotionally. And you can have different slogans if you have different products or services. But remember, again, consistency, repetition is what we need to keep people remembering us. And know that you don't just need a slogan or just an elevator pitch. They're different. A one-line elevator pitch is your very quick description of your business. If you're talking to somebody in an elevator who knows nothing about what you do, you need to tell them more about your company or what it actually is that your company is doing. A one-line, one-breath elevator pitch compared to a slogan, which is a lot more about like really emotional connection about the values. And I always think of a slogan as more of a sales technique than an elevator pitch is, even though both of them describe your company. So it's important when you are thinking about marketing, branding, and all of this, that you keep in mind selling. And we're going to get very much more into selling in the next module. But I do want to point out that personal selling has to be considered when you're thinking about marketing, because it's a part of marketing. And it includes things like prospecting, which is the systematic process of looking always for new clients. And that's part of your strategic marketing plan. Don't just get comfortable in consistently communicating to the same market again and again. Look for ways that you can expand your market and grow, including referrals. Referrals are an excellent source of new clients, new customers. And I love referrals because referrals signal to the world that you do what you say you're going to do, and that you are giving people quality and value. So take advantage of the fact that you do that and promote yourself. Remember, again, when you're promoting or doing any kind of self-promotion, that you are that you're doing it in such a way that it shows that it's not just blatantly self-interested. We can all do well by doing good and helping each other. The more that we lift each other up, the stronger we are together. And so as you're in your networks selling your own products and services, do so by selling other people's products and services, helping other people to get successful, and they'll help you, and you can be a much more powerful force together. Some other prospect techniques include marketer initiated contacts. So doing things like market surveys, using some of the social media marketing tools that are out there to help you expand your network. The activity at the end of this lecture is on creating social media marketing accounts, a couple social media marketing accounts, and then posting in those regularly with in-text tags and hashtags, which will help you to expand your reach and use organic, unpaid advertising in such a way that it works the same way as paid advertising, by getting it in front of other people and other people's eyes. We'll talk more about it when we actually get to it, but just know again that time and money continuum is so important. If you don't have a lot of money to spend on marketing, you need to spend the time and effort and do it right. And we'll talk about how to do that. What else do we need to do? Oh, I need to talk to you because I didn't show you much about actually creating your website. Remember, we said you have to have a website. It's really important that you have, every single business has to have a website, that you find a site name, you register that site name, you buy the URL, Do a .com, not a anything else. And make sure there's no dots or dashes or funny spellings of words as much as possible. If you want to be cute and kitschy about your spelling of words, it takes a lot longer to get that in front to your audience and get them to type it in the way that you want it to be. So be careful with that. It only works when you have a very expansive reach, large marketing budget, and a very unique sort of word. So it's better to it's better to have something that's clear, simple, that has to do with the industry that you're in. And then I have instructions on here for you to for basic website creation, which you can absolutely do right now. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You need something. You can use one of the tools that already, the free website building tools like Wix or something like this, really inexpensive, and build a website and maintain it. Or you can just build your own website on Google Sites in about an hour, right? No matter what, make sure that you do have a website. There's instructions at the end of this lecture in the resources tab. Now, and make sure that you're optimizing both your website with keywords, and you're optimizing all of your social media marketing channels with tags, with videos, and with images with alternative text descriptions. So websites can fail, they can slow down, they can, if you do have too poorly put together of a website, too unprofessional of a website, that's not that's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. And so you have to have at least a certain level of professionalism on your website, and make sure that you're updating your website. There's nothing worse than going to find some information and it's out of date and it doesn't have what you're looking for. There's my cat, hi Kitty, I'm doing my video right now from home. So make sure that also that you're integrated with your social media marketing channels, and we do that by regular posting and site redirects, and that's why we use things like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, all of these to one another. Okay, so here are some of the resources that I was telling you before. Here's some, the very first one is marketing samples. And for those of you who are going through the Get Cooking program, we have an assignment this week on creating a social media marketing channel, or a couple of them, and writing some posts on them. So I'm gonna end this video here, and then I'm gonna describe to you how you can do that assignment. But for all of you here, I did want to say these links are really useful if you're starting from scratch and you need to design a basic website, you need to design, or you've never created a social media marketing platform. You can even just start with LinkedIn. You can also create your logo design by following the link there, and it'll show you how to use Canva to just have something for now, so that you have something now. Anyways, I hope this was useful. Those of you who are doing the Get Cooking class, there's another video that will describe to you how to create social media marketing channels, and how you can effectively reach as many people organically as if you paid for them. All right, have a good one, everyone. Take care. Bye from Tanya. See you soon.